Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad that you're here with us today. My goodness gracious, we got a young lady on as our guest. We're so thrilled to have her on, aren't we, Donna?
We are. She is an incredible woman doing an incredible uh, world service. She is a philanthropist. She is a designer. She is a renowned designer. And just absolutely doesn't stop. And one of my questions I have to ask Vanya is, how do you have the energy to do so many things at one time?
Oh, because I was thinking the same thing, because some of you guys out there, I tell you what, when this young lady gets up and goes to work, you guys better eat an extra bowl of Wheaties, because you're going to need it if you're going to keep up with her.
Right, and a few eggs on the side.
I mean to tell you. Well, let's welcome her to the show here, and let's see. I hope our connection is still good. I think she'll be with us in just a moment. Her connection, she was with us right before the commercial started and all that. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and do the intro commercial, Donna. And
Absolutely.
whoa, wait a minute, she's here. Commercials can wait. Yeah, commercials can always wait. Welcome to the show, young lady. How are you today? We're so honored to have you with us.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And actually, I am honored to be on this show, this amazing show. So thank you for calling me and inviting me for the same. Thank you so much.
Well,
and I'm absolutely fine and absolutely great and gorgeous, as always.
Well, you're absolutely welcome, because it really is, when we have guests on the show, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about the guest and the wonderful information that they share with the audience. That's right. What made the show what it was, or what it is.
Right.
And I mean, for us to sit here and just host this show and be a small part of it. Wow, what an honor, huh?
It is an honor. And it's the guests that we bring on is all about who they are and what they do, and the inspiration and hope that they bring to the world. And Vanya, you are a shining example of that. And we are thrilled to be able to talk about your upcoming summit and everybody that you've got coming on. I mean, you literally have people from around the entire globe coming onto your summit.
Yes, absolutely. So it's I'm believing that this summit is gonna be a big one, and hopefully the speakers and everybody get the chance to explain themselves and brief themselves that how this whole thing goes on. So and how actually it's affecting the whole world, not only India, but yeah, definitely the whole world. So, and whole mankind and the human beings, the animals, and everybody who is living. So yeah, that's what I think is very, very important topic, which I am raising through this summit.
Oh yeah, because the thing I love about the summit is that she's got a lot of people from all over the world coming together, many subject matter experts, and she's identifying a problem. They're also going to have solutions to the problem, and then there's going to be a call to action from you ladies on helping the community get together and get fired up, and maybe get those guys out there in motion. Wake them up, shake them up, and get them in gear. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's good for us guys.
And I believe Jim Grant is also will be there to encourage everybody to shake their legs.
Oh yeah. That's going to be my speech when I have the honor of speaking. It's going to be about a 10-minute speak. It won't be too long, so you won't have time to fall asleep on me. But I'm going to be.
Oh my God! No.
Yeah, I'm going to be sharing with you how to, get motivated, and how to how I overcame a problem when I was on the board, the local fire department board. I wanted to do a certain thing, and it was a good thing to do. But guess what? No one could see the vision and the energy I had in my eyes because I was young, because I was excited, and I didn't listen. Imagine that. But once I shifted that, everybody came together and they embraced the same thing that I did. It's just that what I wanted to do within a very short period of time, they wanted to do it more in a controlled growth type of pattern, which made more sense. And so I'm going to share that because that's applicable around the world. When you get energetic and you're trying to get your message across, and you wonder, why don't everybody see what I see? What's wrong with these people? Oh, goodness. That's back when I was young and dumb and good looking. Now I'm just, dumb.
Oh my God.
Jim is in rare form today. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of fun on this show, too, because you know why? Humor and laughing at yourself is one of the best medicines you can take. And this leads us right into what, her little summit's about. That is summit is all about. You need fresh water.
Absolutely.
That is, Dr. Grant.
It's a human right.
Yeah.
It's a human right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually everybody's right. It's not like that. Somebody can have more power to have it, or somebody has no power to have it. So it's everybody's right, and we just raising our hands to just raise the issue and to make everybody understand that this is also important to manage and have clean water to drink and to use it in a proper way.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because Dr. Grant we had on, he was talking about we should drink about half in ounces of our weight in water. So if you weigh, I don't know what the equivalent is in the metric system is, but if you weigh 120 pounds, you should drink 60 ounces of water.
Right.
Because we're mainly water. And the secret to that is that helps your gut, your heart, and your brain function in perfect harmony. And that,
it's true. And part of the problem with people not understanding the amounts of water that we truly need, not, to drink and be healthy, is that really probably 90% of the world is dehydrated. They do not drink enough water.
Absolutely. Do you also know this, that few of the mankind or the human bodies are not accepting water just because they are not having a clean water, and they are throwing it away through their body by having various kind of different disastrous diseases and related to it. So it's very ridiculous to see that kind of symptoms in his body, which can't actually accept the clean water. If we gave somebody a clean water after some time, after having a bad quality of water, so it's very ridiculous to see that, because body and the organs got damaged when you can't have the clean water in your body, and of course that increases the ratio of your medical issues and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just drinking plenty and having plenty of fresh available water to drink.
Yeah.
And
now, groundwater is not even safe enough to have it directly. So we need to clean it. We need to do lots of things to treat it so that we can have a proper drinking water. But still, it's damaging lots of people, because we are using lots of chemicals which we are throwing in the land and the oceans and seas. So yeah, they are actually destroying all of us.
Oh, yeah.
gradually and slowly.
Absolutely.
I was going to
Absolutely.
ask you,
Yeah.
with this summit that you got coming up, how did all that come about? What gave you desire in your heart to say, I'm going to put on a summit, I'm going to do a global awareness about this
Right?
issue? How did all that come about? Would you share that with us, please?
Yeah, sure. So, basically, me having this foundation, Vanya Kaushik Foundation, where we are working on the on water conservation and the rainwater harvesting plantation in villages of India. Uh, that's a state called Rajasthan. So, we already adopted few villages there, and spreading awareness and the
Mhm.
empowering people that this is very important for you and for us to have water in our house, as we in our urban areas we have direct connection of the drinking water and everything. We are having ROs, we are having every filter to use or have the clean water in our home. So with the same thing in villages, the drought areas are so vast that if let's just talk about that area particularly. In Rajasthan, it's a Samba lake, which we name a lake, Samba. In that
Mhm.
Samba lake and the around the area of that Samba lake, its land is full of fluoride, which is
Mhm.
very fluoride and sulfate and few more ions and chemicals, which actually harming the human body.
Mhm.
That destroys your bones, destroys your organs, destroys your growth, and slow down the growth in every ways. So after seeing that and after researching about it, that people are suffering because of water, which is basic thing, which
Right.
can't harm anyone, but actually right now these people get harmed. They got lots of diseases which you can't even name them. They are having weak bones. They have dental
Mhm.
issues. They have hair fall issues. They can't. Men has no hair growth,
Mhm.
and lots of skin diseases came up in a various ways. So after seeing all those things, and it broke my heart, and I can't handle, and I and the person around there, I asked them that how we can connect and how we can help these people
Mhm.
to reach through the water um, easily, so that they it couldn't harm them in any
Right.
way. So yeah, after lots of research and after lots of work and after lots of connections and
Mhm.
everything, we decided to do one thing, because we can't um, arrange the water every time and transport all the clean water to them, because it's not possible. Sometimes it happens that transportation is not available, or sometimes it's we faced actually lots of issues while transporting the whole thing to villages, and which is also not sufficient for, of course, the humans or the people around living around there.
Mhm.
They need more water. They need to use for household things. They need to drink. They need to use the water for their guests. And yeah, lots of issues they are facing, and they need more water. Then we decided to start working on the water conservation in
Mhm.
their own houses, so
Right.
that they have feasible um, convince to use it directly. And after lots of research and after lots of struggle, we decided to use the rainwater, which is uh, again a natural thing. We need not to use for the transportation, which actually cost lot of money,
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
we can't afford that time. And of course, the villagers, they also can't afford the money to for the transportation and the losses which occur during that time. So then after that we decided, and then we start storing the rainwater
Hmm.
in the in their agricultural lands, and we asked them to give us a land for the lakes, ponds, or so that we can um, build ponds, wells, and their tanks in their houses, concrete tanks we are using. So after, yeah, after doing small steps, taking small steps, we decided to do these kind of stuff. And now we built more than 8 to 9 villages.
Hmm.
We uh, built 54 ponds, 54
Wow.
wells,
Yeah.
and and, and 8 villages where uh, 300 to 400 houses are there. We built each and every house has rainwater harvesting plantation in their own home, so that they can
Nice.
have it directly. And
Hmm.
there's one more issue which hurted me. The women's, the ladies of villages, they are facing it more harder than the men. They has to go in the midnight, where wild animals are present there, and the harmful creatures are present there. So
Hmm.
they they have to go to the ponds, and in the dry time or the summer time, the when the drought came up to the areas, they has to scratch the land, and the wet mud, they has to squeeze that mud, and whatever the liquid comes up, they has to have it as a drinking water,
Wow.
Oh
which
my
is very
goodness.
very much
Yeah.
harmful for
Mm.
women. And they gave it to, and they store it for their kids, for their men in the house, and for everybody. So and everybody have it for drinking, because they can't have a drinking water in the summertime, which is very important for the
Wow.
humankind.
Oh my goodness.
So
You
they
know,
they
Donna.
they have the worms and the insects and anything which whatever
Hmm.
came up with the wet mud, they have it directly in the body. And yeah,
Right.
gradually they damage their organs, their everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So it
Absolutely.
also hurt me that they can't have it like that. We can't afford to have it like that. I can't even see that they are having it. How can they are just compromising with their health and everything related to it? They shouldn't do this. So
Yeah.
Right.
but they had no options.
Hmm.
So then we decided that definitely animals need water, human need water, everybody needs water to survive. We need
Right.
to some kind of arrangement so that they have it properly and the purest form. So
Hmm.
then we decided to have the rainwater plantation
Wow.
in their own homes. And again, we also initiate our things when we see that men in the villages are not respecting women. They are insulting them, they are hitting them and abusing them for
Ah,
various reasons.
Mm.
So then we decided to have this, take this issue as a very important
Hmm.
hmm.
issue, so that and we also came up with the solutions for that as
Hmm.
well. So yeah.
Yeah, because tomorrow you're going to be on our show again, Everyday People. Charlene Fouts and Tamara Blankenship are going to be heading that show. And all three of those two ladies, and along with this lady over here, Donna Quinoa, oh my goodness gracious. They're going to put on a fantastic show on the summit, and it's going to be about ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say ladies, I mean ladies, because Donna told me, she says, Jim, you're not invited. I said, okay.
I told him, I said, look, Jim, you cannot come and talk during the ladies' time. I don't even care if you put a dress on. It's not going to work. People are going to know that you're a guy. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This time, absolutely without you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because it's so important for the ladies to be able to reach out and talk to the ladies out there. And they're going to share so much wonderful information. And they got a lot of information they're bringing to the party that's for free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness. And to know that they're not alone and that they're help. And I mean, because when you see Charlene, it still floors me. Because the first time I had her on TV, it wasn't on TV, it was on the original webinar series that we created during the pandemic, and that generated the TV show. People ask me, how'd you get on TV? I don't know. We just kind of like showed up here. we really did. We were just invited. Yeah. I mean, I didn't ring nobody's doorbell or anything and say, I got a show. It
was all very organic.
100%. And that's because when you reach out and you help others first, and that's where your focus is, you're going to be amazed at how all those little hinges will open big doors for you that you thought were just welded shut.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened to us here. But when I had Charlene on the first time, she blew me away. She's a very beautiful young lady.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's got these azure blue eyes, I guess you call it, but there's a light in her eyes. And she's a smile on her face, and she's alive. She's just full of energy. And when she started telling her story about how she was sexually abused by her father as a child, I'm going like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just kind of like, oh, that's, I was without words, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know what to say because that's
very important and to understand that. Yeah. Sometimes we actually couldn't even understand that we are getting abused in a way, and sometimes we need to also understand that abuse can't hurt us in that manner that we can't survive ourselves for long.
And in her case, it inspired her to create the Healing Acres Never Again.
Yep.
And it has changed a lot of people's lives, and even males. I was on the show with her yesterday, and she says 1 in 6 males have been abused.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I knew they were, but I didn't know what the number was, but that seemed kind of shocking to me. I guess, being a farm boy growing up in North Carolina, and the only trouble I ever got into was self-inflicted through my own superior intelligence by doing dumb things. But I mean, I just, it just floored me. And that's
it's sad. It is. And it's sad because, we know about abuse of women. It's more of a global subject. But when it comes to men or boys being abused in the same fashion, they tend to keep quiet about it because it becomes a taboo, right? It's the wrong thing to talk about. And unfortunately, when we can't bring light to that subject, we can't break the cycle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people make it a taboo that we shouldn't talk about this kind of a topic, which is actually also important as important as the survival of anything else. It affects your mental health, it affects your physical health, it affects your everything related to you. So we need to talk about every time and everything related to it. So
absolutely.
You're exactly right. Because it takes courage to face something, Face your fears. Face that something that makes you feel guilty or that it just
that
gnaws.
you're ashamed of.
Yes, yes.
That you're ashamed of. And, you know,
I want to mention if people out there are actually listening and concentrating what we are actually talking about, I just want to say that whenever it's possible for you to accept your failures or the flaws or the anything which is not according to you is not acceptable to the society, you need to overcome with that. You need to understand, you need to accept yourself first, and then you will definitely reach to the height what you actually
Oh,
deserve
yeah.
it. So
well,
you need to first you need to accept every flaws of yours
Hmm.
so that you
mhm,
can grow with it.
Hmm.
absolutely. And, you know, if I could say one thing about that, when there is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of when someone about yourself when someone else has hurt you, and
Yes.
go forward and seek help,
Hmm.
because otherwise that internal hurt and anger that we carry with us will damage you, and it will create the most negative energy in your life, and you will never be free to live in that high energy until you seek the help and understanding that you need.
Absolutely. You need to talk about everything which is actually uh, pulling you back,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
which because of anything you are not moving forward
Right.
and taking you backward. So you have to first talk about it and to understand what actually needs to be talked
Hmm.
about. So yeah,
And
please have a word with anyone who is around you and wants to listen to you. And
yeah.
definitely, we people always wants to listen to you, whatever is in your mind or soul.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause I'm very excited about the Sunday summit because you're going to have Donna Guinois on there, Charlene Fouts, and also Tamara Blankenship. And this young lady here, Donna Guinois, when you see her email down there, high energy right now at
I can
gmail.com.
see it right now as well. So
She
Hmm.
she's all about high
already
energy,
something to me. That's why
and
I'm so excited that
she
that's
she
why I
under
can.
yeah, she understands the vibration out there because you need to get your vibration up because I'm gonna let Donna clean this up, but really, when you're hurting on the inside, you're giving off a negative vibration, and that dominoes on other people.
Right.
Therefore, when you address your issue and you're able to deal with it and say, what happened to me wasn't my fault.
Right.
That belongs to somebody else. Let that individual carry it. I'm going to set
Ab-
myself free. Then the positive
Absolutely.
vibration starts coming out on you, and that's what you want to do. You want to be a positive vibe in someone's life. And Donna, I know you can explain it much better than I can, but please
Well,
add
no,
that.
that's a really great way to talk about it. The thing is that when you are stuck in a negative energy, it is consuming
Yes.
and it holds you back. And what's more is people feel that negative energy. They may not be able to identify it. They may not be able to say, I think Donna's got some negative energy, but they feel it coming off of you. And so that's when life takes that spiral turn and kind of goes downward, where you're not getting
Hmm.
what you need and want out of life. And learning to understand and identify what it is that is holding you back from the
Mm.
beautiful energy inside of you
Oh, yeah.
is what makes the high energy vibration come out. And
Mm.
once you've understood and identified that, your life will absolutely change on a daily basis.
Mhm.
True,
Yeah.
true. Absolutely.
Donna, can I tell you what my dad used to say about negative energy? And he didn't call it negative energy or positive energy, but he was a country boy. He spoke in country English. He says, son, remember one thing. Some people bring happiness when they come into the room, and others bring happiness when they leave the room.
When they leave.
And he said, make sure you're the one that brings happiness when you come in the room.
Well, and that's a perfect description. And, you know, we've all been around people who were like that. The people who are really happy and upbeat, they're the ones we gravitate to. Because as human nature, we want that energy. We want that happiness. And so when people are really negative and bring in their, you know, their kind of just their bad juju of energy, we kind of put the brakes on around them and like, man, I don't really want to be around that person. You know, I don't want to be brought down.
Lots of times, actually. Whenever I been to any kind of event or those kind of a thing, whatever I am about to do, yeah, it happens lots of time that when few people are so negative, their presence is enough to tell that please stay away. I just can't handle you around me. So
right.
Few few people have so much positive energy that if they stand in the corner of the room, they just attract like more than the magnet. That oh my God, I just want to know more about that particular person. So
right.
Yeah, I remember one time in college we went on a little exercise, and the teacher the professor says, of course, with me now, I got to be honest. The first one was real easy to me. He told about three of us. We were broken up in three groups, and he said, the first person you see, say something funny about them. And I had no problem with that, you know, because my warped sense of humor. And then he challenged me. He says, now the next person you see, say something nice about them. Well, they look like, they're well dressed today, and but it just goes to show you the way our minds work. And when we're around people that's negative, we know enough that we don't want any more of that. Someone has got a sense of humor or positive. Yes, let's go in that direction there, because that's where we need to be for our health and everything. We truly do, because negative energy just drains everything out of your body.
Absolutely.
Your health, your happiness, your everything.
It does. And one of the things I do in my training program, Jim and Vanya, is when somebody is having a problem with a person. Okay, so say, you know, Susie is having a problem with Mary. And the one thing that I tell them is, no matter which way you go, whether this is mended relationship or you gracefully say, okay, I can't do this, just understand one thing, that other person is somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's mother, somebody's aunt, or somebody's friend. And in that, there is a human desire and need for you to understand that, to be kind, even if you're letting go of that relationship.
Absolutely.
And also, too, to understand that you may not know everything in that person's life that's drugged them down to that level.
Absolutely.
And but that's extremely good advice. It really is. And ladies and gentlemen, we got to break very quickly for just a short commercial with one of my favorite ladies, Angel Marie Monicelli. And I tell you right now, Donna, when her parents named her Angel, it was a perfect name.
It was.
This lady here is just top notch, top notch. We'll be right back right after this brief message.
Hi, I'm Angel Marie Monicelli with Angel Marie Shines. And I had the pleasure, the honor to go through training for the 6-minute webinar. Oh my gosh, this webinar and how it's structured and how they teach it. Thank you, Speakers Pathway Coalition. Thank you, Don McGrath. and the whole team for the 6-minute webinar, because you made it so simple, easy. And the way you lined it out with the outline, I can reproduce it. And I'm already getting the engagement. I'm getting people that are coming back that are saying, oh, I love this webinar that's so short, so to the point, and I love your products and what I'm selling, but then what I'm also, the services that I provide, and I can do any of this because I have the framework. So thank you so much to the whole team, because the 6-minute webinar totally rocks. Thank you.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you didn't see that. I was trying to drink out of a straw and missed my big mouth. But I'm glad we're back, and we're glad you're with us. And oh my goodness, we're having a wonderful time today. We're learning a lot about the why this summit was created. And some of the people that Vanna's got coming over there, my goodness gracious. I mean, people from all over the world. She's got Donna coming all the way from Arizona.
How many speakers do you actually have on your summit?
Actually, till now, what I'm having is more than 25 speakers around the globe, and a few other guests, and more than 30 people are attending this summit as a speaker as well as a guest. And apart from them, the audience is going to be a big one. So we are having lots of broadcasting partners and lots of people who are still willing to associate with us and willing to connect with the cause. And in few days I received lots of appreciation as well as the interest, which I didn't expect it from the people. But which is actually amazing to see that people are actually motivating and concentrating over the cause, which is important to them as well. So
absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you have, of course, you have people from the United States, you have people coming from Canada, Nigeria, Japan, China, the Philippines, India, Nigeria. I said Nigeria. And I think I missed a few.
Actually, so we are having guests from the list some of the list you already mentioned: United States, Canada, Nigeria, Pakistan, Nepal, India, and
Sri Lanka.
Lots of, I am also missing few of them, but around the globe people are there, and as a speaker, as a guest, and as well as an audience. So we are there's one more thing I should mention, that Sultan of Oman is also coming. They gave us the confirmation that he will be there as a speaker and going to talk about the cause, which is very amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
because it's one of a
personality from the world.
It's so important, and for people to give back, and from all levels,
Absolutely.
Because one of the things, and pardon me for interrupting you there, Vanna, but one of the things that I tell people, we as humans, we try to have this attitude. If we do something, we're going to do something in a very grandiose kind of a way. We want to build a skyscraper, and we've never built a one-story building. My point being is that don't wait to try to do something big. Get out there right now and do the little things.
Right.
The little things.
So that's how I also initiated. I didn't know that this is going to be a huge thing in future. I just thought that this is the need of the moment, and
Mhm.
I just start doing the thing which I believe that this is important
Mhm.
for if it's important for me, then definitely it's
Mhm.
important for
Yeah.
everybody.
Mhm.
So so that's the thing where I start initiated the small steps and start having words with the people, which was really difficult initially, but after that people were like, oh my god, you are saying it, definitely it's something which is
Mhm.
which need to be take action on. So let's go ahead and you just move, and we are behind you.
I
Mhm.
love that. And you know what I love about this, and this is what I'm seeing for you, Vanya, is because this is global, that it doesn't just affect people in India, right?
Right.
It affects people literally global,
Yep.
everywhere. People
Yeah,
everywhere. There is a part of everywhere where people across the
Egypt,
globe, where people are
Jordan,
having problems with water.
yeah, Egypt, Japan, Jordan, India, and yeah, lots of countries. More than 11 countries are actually suffering because of the drought thing,
Hmm.
which is very. I can I'm only counting it as a natural calamity, which is actually important to be focused on, which we kept on saying that, and our political leaders kept on saying that, yeah, it's a natural calamity, and
Hmm.
what we can do about it.
Mhm.
It's a natural thing, but
Yeah.
no, we can do lots of things about it, and we should actually start making a point that we can do something, or if we can't, then at least start finding out the solutions which we can actually do as a human.
Right. And what
And
we
for
can
that,
implement in our own backyard.
at least start searching for the solution. If you think that solutions are not there, every problem has a solution.
Mhm.
We just
Right.
need to pick the one that this could work more efficiently, which we needed it.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I think, and that's how I started, and that's how long I took it. And
Mhm.
rest is with you.
One of the things that I see coming out of this summit is that there are going to be some young people out there, and they're going to say, hey, it's going to turn the wheels in their minds and start turning.
Right.
And this is where, new ideas, new technologies get
Hmm.
developed. And this is what it takes. It takes awareness. It takes
Yes,
communities coming together and working together. And
absolutely.
and when young people see that, hey, I can contribute to my community, they'll,
And make a
y-
difference.
yeah, because that
At least,
vibration, that,
make a difference in your community, so that gradually everybody can contribute in their communities and for the mankind,
mhm.
and definitely
Hmm.
it reaches to each and everyone who needs it.
Oh
just
yeah.
just just you need to take any kind of initiative, just to
Hmm.
take out your step, and just have a thought about it, and
Yeah.
have food for that particular thought, that this could be the. Just don't think about that everything has a big impact on, I just start doing something and
Hmm.
will do the big impact on the people. It's
Hmm.
like, just start impacting yourself. At least first start with yourself, then
Hmm.
you can give an impact on anybody else.
Yeah.
You just
That's
need to think about it.
yeah. You
It
think about
becomes a
your
domino effect.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a psychological thing that once you start thinking about the problem, and
Right.
you start finding out the problem, that this is the problem, and this has to be sorted out in any way, whatever the solution I can find it out, then only you can start finding out the solution, and then only you get the solution that this is the thing. This is the thing that you need to do.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I see there, you started out with, okay, we're going to identify some issues here that need to be, we need to deal with in the water and how it's grown. And now she's got a summit that's, pulling people from all around the world who are eager to be part of it, who are honored to be part of it. Let me put it properly. And, when Donna and I got together to do this show, this thing generated from the webinar, and we had Zoom and Facebook Live. That's who we were back in over a little over a year ago. Get my tongue going here, and we were all on lockdown. Everyone was hearing about this virus and everybody didn't know what. And I'd like to know who the moron was that come up with the idea that when something happens, make sure you got a lot of toilet paper. I mean, where did that come from? I mean, who can't, what Einstein came up with that one, right? But my point being, we came together, we put on the webinar, and then we were introduced to Aaron Hymas. He's the president of E360 TV. He took a look at what we were doing. He says, yeah, you guys got a great show. I'd love to have you. I said, well, okay, well, thank you very much. And Aaron and I were joined at the hip. And later on this year, Donna, you and I and Aaron are sitting down. We're having a talk. I've already told him about Vanya, and oh my goodness gracious, he's all over this. He says, yeah, we're going to put on an event on E360 TV with this young lady being the star. And
I'm so honored. Thank you so much for believing me, and thank you so much for trusting me that I'm doing something and just trying to make a difference for at least the people around me who are actually suffering with the things. And thank you so much for trusting me.
You're quite welcome, because the moral of that story is for you young folks out there, if you're really searching for the key to unlock the master key of riches, come from the heart, number one. Number two, look how you can serve others. And look what we've done here.
Right.
We get invited. We got a TV show. We're all around the world. We're seen on millions of devices around the world. Roku, Amazon, Apple, you name it. It's kind of like my radio show. Over 6 million downloads. Yeah. And I tell people, honestly, the reason this show is so popular is because Donna Guinois keeps me straight.
I do have to talk to him before we go on air and after air and say, come on, Jim.
Yeah, she's got this invisible choke chain she yanks on me every now and when I get out of line. But most importantly, we have good fun on here. We provide infotainment. And Donna, I tell you, for us to be invited to be on this young ladies summit, oh my goodness, how does that make you feel?
You know what? I have tears in my eyes that I'm literally holding back. And I'm very, very honest about that. So if I'm not careful, they're just going to ruin my dadgum makeup job. But I am beyond honored, because this is so beautiful in what you have done. And I just want to tell anybody and everybody out there listening, understand that we together can make a difference globally. We can make a difference globally. And all it takes, it's just like an avalanche. Think about it this way, folks. An avalanche, of course, we all know is a huge thing of snow, a huge wall of snow. But that avalanche started with one snowflake. Just one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is, because
actually true, and that's really important to understand, that small things actually making a difference, and only small things can make a difference. You just need to understand which small thing needs to get started to make a big difference in you, in your life, in your surroundings, and everything. So
absolutely,
everybody needs to understand that. So
It's like
Yeah.
one of the old sayings that I've always heard, and I've always liked. It says, "Little hinges open big doors," and I've always liked that because it puts everything in perspective, especially when you're trying to, you know, do something and you just feel like you're pushing a chain uphill. And the thing that I encourage people to do is get around like-minded people, people who have the same kind of goals, and even welcome in people that will challenge you. Because that helps you take it up a notch,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, they might be onto something there, folks.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Because interestingly, the 1%ers, the people who are real successful in life, the one thing that they love is for someone to challenge them. Because now it's another opportunity. And it's not an ego thing, but it's more like,
it's more like a mastermind.
Yes, yes, yes. Can you do it? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can actually pull that locomotive down the track, at least in my dreams I can. And I do it real good too. But it's amazing to don't hang around. It's kind of like the thing that my mother and dad always taught me, especially my mother. My mother used to tell me, if you can't say anything nice about someone, don't say anything at all. And that's real good advice. Another thing that I was told growing up is you're known by the company you keep. Well, guess what? That is never expired. Right. That will be true every day of your life. So make sure the company you're with are people who are an honor and a blessing to you, and you're an honor and a blessing to them. Most importantly, they're like-minded people, and they care about you. They will help you in your hour of need, and they are truly your friends. That's who you search for in life.
Right. My dad used to say, Donna, if you want to soar with eagles, you got to quit hanging around the pigeons.
I thought you was going to say the buzzards there for a moment. Oh goodness.
And, I know that's one of my father's saying, which makes me understand. I don't know how it relates to you guys, but yeah, somewhere I think it connects that in the world, in the human or in the mankind, let's talk about the two things, which is two Q's. The Q letter. Two Q's are very important. One is the quality and the one is the quantity. You need to understand what quality and what quantity is important for you and for your lifestyle and for your growth. If you are talking about the quantity, people are not going to support you, or you can't find in your whole life that who is very important for you and how they are going to help you, because they are not for you, they are for themselves with you.
Right.
And the quality definitely works for you, because that's actually pushing you towards the success of your life and towards the growth of your life. So I hold those cues with me and just trying to do the things, and that's why I'm having two quality people with me right here, right now. So that's can explain everything. I need not to explain much more than this. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being in my life as a quality people.
Well, thank you for being in our life, Jan.
Absolutely.
It's really amazing how, in the pathway of life, people will come in, you'll come in contact with them. And the way Donna and I met, I was at an event out in Phoenix, and I got invited to speak the next day at the place she was at, an event she had over there that she was spearheading. And me and Don both spoke over there, and that's where I first met her. And I've told this it's a boring story for me, not for her, hopefully. But I was going back out to Phoenix, and I like to drive rather than, travel by airplanes. I just hate all the hustle and bustle there. And so I'm going down the road, and, cell phone. I had to call her for some reason. I don't know why. And phone rang. She saw this strange number, 979, So, okay, who's this guy? Or, and she says, hello? Say, hey, Donna, how you doing? She says, fine. Who is this? I said, this is your long lost cousin, young lady. And she knew
right there, I caught him in a lie. I did. I caught him in a lie. I only have 3 first cousins. And I'm like, okay, who is this? Yeah. I'm like, who is this?
But ever since then, we've been friends. And what's interesting in our life, Donna, as we refer to each other as cousins, because we really are family here.
We are family.
We're family. There's no doubt about that. Is how everything just pulled us together.
Oh, yeah.
This show and everything. We backed into it.
We did.
We really did. And it's been a blessing and an honor. And I don't take that lightly. And I don't forget things like that.
I don't either.
It's always the little things like that and the real people come in your life that touch your life and make your life worth living.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
And Vanya, I'm going to expand on what Jim said. Honestly, you are one such of those people.
Yes.
You are not only blessing our lives, but you are blessing the people you are helping and people globally, because I see this as a global impact, Vanya. I see this as a global impact that people will be taking what you're doing and applying it in their area, their portion of the country, of the world that need help. And what an honor to be a part of this. And it fills my heart and my spirit in such a beautiful way to be a small part of it.
You can explain that how valuable these words for me. This means a lot to me, and thank you so much for supporting me in that particular cause, and which couldn't be much more amazing without you guys. And I'm really glad that you are there to help me and support me.
Well,
so that I can share my words and my thoughts to the world.
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome. And also,
Absolutely.
too, on behalf of Aaron Hymas at E360 TV, the president of E360 TV, myself and Donna, and of course, Charlene and Tamara.
Yes.
We're going to have you back on again.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, but also in future events.
Yes.
Because of the global outreach that you have, the mission that you have.
The impact you're making in the world of inspiration and hope, Vanya.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this behind the scenes and said, well, this is what we need to do. We need to get in here and we need to come together and work with Vanya to help support and promote her even further.
Yeah, because a TV show, I tell everybody, it's a vehicle.
Absolutely.
It's a vehicle, get everybody out there and help them, get proper exposure. And I've even had people, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I've had an individual that told me on the air live says, well, I think I'll come back on your show again. And I'll write my book and tell everybody about it because they'll think that's very interesting. And I'm thinking, okay. And I said, okay. I mean, but you'll be back. He won't. Okay. That's the moral of that story, because of the quality of information and the mission that you're involved with.
Right.
Because he was wrapped up in himself. You're wrapped up in the heart of love for mankind. That's the difference, young lady.
That's the inspiration and hope.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Geez, we're already out of time. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
What
happened?
I'm sorry, folks. I must talk too much.
I just can't leave you guys.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to do this again tomorrow. Same time, same station. And we're also going to be having Vanya on again real soon, because she's going to be doing other events. And every time she needs a stage, young lady, you got
right here.
This is your home. from our heart.
Thank you so much.
Mhm. And ladies and gentlemen, our time is up. We want to thank you today for tuning in. We hope you really enjoyed the show. Be sure and share the show with others. And most importantly, remember, as we always like to say here, love yourself first, then you can love others. If you want to be a blessing to others first. And blessings will come your way. On behalf of Donna Guimont, our lovely friend Vanya, I'm Jim Grant. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. She'll be back. I won't. So be sure and tune in. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.